Ten Hag is choosing the players they will send from the club at the end of the season. After Manchester United lost to Newcastle United last night, coach Ten Hag started making plans for the future. Ten Hag, which has had a lot of trouble in matches without Casemiro in the midfield, is definitely planning to transfer a midfielder as talented as Casemiro at the end of the season. Antony, who transferred from Ajax at the beginning of the season, could not show the performance he wanted. According to The Sun, Ten Hag will tell Antony to pull himself together or he'll be on the bench. Although Ten Hag says he likes Weghorst will leave the team at the end of the season. The team needs a good forward and Weghorst is unfortunately not very skilled in scoring. Ten Hag's top scorers include Harry Kane, Goncalo Ramos and Victor Osimhen. It is expected that a world star forward will be transferred if the takeover process takes place. Harsh reality of Manchester United's January transfer failings laid bare. Premier League legend Thierry Henry believes Manchester United's transfer failures in January put Ten Hag in a difficult position. Erik Ten Hag's side were comfortably beaten 2-0 by Newcastle United on Sunday to drop to fourth in the Premier League table. It means United have work to do to secure a Champions League spot for next season, as their woeful away record against the top flight's best sides continued. Thierry believes the inability to sign a top striker is the main reason behind the club's recent poor form. United did bring in Wout Weghorst from Burnley, as well as Jack Butland from Crystal Palace and Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich, all on loan in January. But Weghorst has yet to score in the Premier League and was anonymous against Newcastle. The mid-season departure of Cristiano Ronaldo left a void in the attacking department that hasn't been filled, something Ten Hag will surely rectify in the summer. The club didn't sanction a permanent signing in January due to the financial situation at Old Trafford, hampering Ten Hag's attempts to move his squad forward. Thierry said, "Ten Hag is in a difficult situation right now because he doesn't have a good enough forward. The players he wanted were not transferred in the January transfer window because the club did not have money. Weghorst is a good player, he plays well, but he is not a good enough striker. The Hag should not be blamed." As Thierry said, Ten Hag really has a very limited roster and we can't blame Ten Hag for that. Lisandro Martinez deserves credit for his performance in Manchester United defeat. Lisandro Martinez was the only Manchester United player to emerge with real credibility after the disappointing defeat at Newcastle. The Argentine showed his frustration as he was taken off for the final few minutes against Newcastle, amid a late tactical change from Erik Ten Hag. That's understandable. Martinez is a warrior who enjoys the fight, and he was in his element helping Manchester United try to defend against Newcastle. Even in this game where United lost, Lisandro Martinez can hold his head high as the team's top performer. He won 3 of 4 tackles contested, made 2 interceptions, and blocked 2 shots. Martinez won his 6 duels out of 9 contested. Martinez competed strongly for every ball, winning the majority of his battles, and if Manchester United had a few more players with his mix of quality and spirit, then yesterday's game would probably not have ended in defeat. That's the truth. Erik Ten Hag highlights main reason behind Manchester United's 2-0 defeat versus Newcastle. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag said his players weren't good enough on offense in Sunday's 2-0 loss to Newcastle United in the Premier League. The Red Devils extended their winless league run to 3 games after the defeat at St. James Park. They were completely outplayed and outclassed by the Magpies. United were clearly not prepared for such a high-intensity game, and speaking after the defeat, Ten Hag highlighted that the club's offensive output was not good enough. While the coach did not focus directly on a single player, he emphasized that the club gave almost nothing in terms of attacking from the left wing. Ten Hag said, "We were bad offensively. I don't want to focus on one person, but the left wing didn't make any contribution in terms of attack. Today we didn't deserve to win. We will keep working." The first game after the international break is always tough. Newcastle probably benefited from the fact that they had only 5 players away with their national teams. United have dropped to 4th in the table behind Newcastle on goal difference after the result, but they have no time to ponder with crucial home games coming up. Big issue, Gary Neville reacts to Wout Weghorst's performance after Newcastle defeat. Manchester United legend Gary Neville says Wout Weghorst does not have the quality to lead for the Red Devils after their 2-0 loss to Newcastle United in the Premier League. The Red Devils went winless for a third straight league game after an unconvincing display at St James Park. Weghorst started his 19th successive game for the club, but he hardly impressed. In his 62 minutes, the Dutch international managed just 10 touches and 4 passes. He failed to register a shot on target and did not win any of his duels attempted against the Magpies. Speaking after the loss, Neville said that United had a big problem with the 30-year-old player. While Weghorst does not deserve criticism, he added that he lacks the quality to play for United. Erik Ten Hag obviously likes the commitment from Weghorst, but in reality, the club need a striker that can find the back of the net at regular intervals in future. Erik Ten Hag has given go-ahead to sign Goncalo Ramos from Benfica. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has given approval to sign Benfica striker Goncalo Ramos during the summer transfer window, according to AS. The Red Devils are expected to pursue a major forward in the summer and have been linked to several high-profile names over the past few months. Ramos has been one of those, and it is now reported that United have shown the most interest in signing him from Benfica at the end of the campaign. Added that Ten Hag has given the green light for the move, but the transfer may be dependent on the Glazers succeeding in selling the club. Glazers is currently considering bids for a permanent sale and AS is hinting that United may need new investment to accommodate the Portuguese. It is unlikely that Benfica will sell Ramos this summer below the €120 million release fee. The 21-year-old has been in excellent form for Benfica this season, scoring 24 goals and providing 10 assists in 36 games in all competitions. Hence, his reputation is rising quickly and United will need to move fast to secure his services ahead of their European rivals in the next transfer window. Ten Hag might go into market for key signing at Old Trafford. Speaking to Gimsport, Dharmesh Sheth said Manchester United could enter the transfer market for the centre-back this summer. While the Sky Sports reporter says a striker and midfielder will be the Red Devils' two priorities, he can also see a new centre-back arriving at Old Trafford if there are departures in that position. United selling a couple of their current centre-halves this summer is certainly a possibility. Journalist Pete O'Rourke recently suggested to Gimsport that the Manchester club may be open to leaving Harry Maguire. Sheth thinks United could move for a new centre-back in the next window depending on their current options. One centre-half who United have been linked with is Napoli's Kim Min-jae, who's been excellent for Luciano Spalletti's side this season. If Ten Hag should sign a new central defender this summer, then the South Korean international is someone to consider. Paul Scholes names player United missed against Newcastle. Former Manchester United midfielder Casemiro spoke about Casemiro's absence after Sunday's 2-0 defeat against Newcastle. The Brazilian midfielder was absent as he continues to serve a 4-match suspension after being sent off in the scoreless draw with Southampton last month. Sadly, Sunday's performance against Newcastle will only raise concerns about how Erik Ten Hag's side will cope without their star midfielder. Scholes said, "Casemiro is a huge loss and we've seen what he has brought to the Manchester United team in terms of leadership. In his absence, the team is always underplaying one person." Both Casemiro and Eriksen will be returning to the team in the coming weeks.